You got to dig for a while, but it's here. So we're in the G section, G6, and it's showing this diagram, and it's also going to show you this diagram. This is on the right side of the gearbox, and you got to get a 3/16 rod and all this other stuff, and you're going to do some electrical work, so you got to get a thing. But once you dig around in this thing, you finally figure out where do you think the adjustment instructions are for the shaft. It's right here. It's before clamping the valve operating shaft with 3/16 rod diameter pin, insert its offside in a corresponding case. Leave the pin in. Energize the solenoid by pulling off the snap connector. Short lead directly to, oh, this is the old positive earth. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever your hot side of your battery. Check that the plunger travels its full extent of the stroke. That would be in the solenoid. Hold the solenoid lever lightly against the bottom shoulder of the solenoid plunger. Okay, so that's what's that thing up in the solenoid. Retighten the lever clamp bolt, taking care that there's 8 to 10 thousandths inch inflow across the shaft. Remove the locating pin from the setting lever. Operate the solenoid several times. So what they're saying is that this, in this position, is where, as near as I can tell, and we'll do this later. Don't take everything I say here as gospel. But this is where you want to be when the solenoid is activated. So when it's hot and it's solenoiding, then this is where you want the shaft on the other side of the overdrive unit to be. So the solenoid's over there, and this is over here. This is right behind the passenger's rear end, and the solenoid is right behind the driver's rear end. So that's what you're going for. It's clear as mud generally, but here you are, G7, and here's the key to it. You would think it would say something, how to adjust the operating shaft thing, but it doesn't. It's buried in here. So you just got to sit here and read the whole flipping thing, unless you're watching my channel. Oh, what a heavenly light. All right, let's see if I need to spray this down any. And I want to double check this to make sure I'm right on this. Yeah, there ain't a gasket there. There ain't nothing there at all. So, anyway, it looks, I'm going to hit it with some brake clean, and then we're going to go back there and look and properly treat the, just try to get that out of there, because I'm going to try to get the ultra gray to work. That'd be helpful. So let's go back here. I'm going to run this thing a little bit more. I've got this thing heated up and spread it out here. I got to go get the WD-40. Ooh, boy, that's good. Good and hot. Yeah, that's 50C. So, all right, I'm not going to do this on camera. You know, you're not supposed to do that. Ready? Carmen! Yeah, I'm just one of those guys that listens to very eclectic stuff. Look at that. When's the last time you saw an iPod? Okay. Let's get this stuff out of here. I've been playing basketball and all kinds of stuff. So. Oh, steamy. Okay, so let's get that out of there. And, ooh. I'm probably going to blow that out with some air after it dries. That got all messy, so I threw it. Ooh, look how orange that turned out. That turned out okay. So, ooh, hot, hot, hot. Yeah, I think I need to get some air and then some WD-40. I don't want any flash rusting going on. Ooh, scummy. Dirty dog. Okay, all right. Enough of this. Just gonna take it out and clean it up and do like that. Oh, there you go. A lot of this I'm not gonna use because it's redundant. No, those aren't bad for holding the solenoid down, but I don't think they're long enough to. Yeah, see, get some of that crusty out of there. All right, enough of the cleanup phase of today's show. Well, here we are again. Let's close this up and get the proper oils for that. Let's talk about this a little bit. There's more of that oil keeps coming out. Oh, there's my little screwdriver. Just keeps coming. Let's rinse that down. We're going to talk about this shaft a little bit, but I got to get this back together before I do that. And so let's put that plug back in. Let's go get our stuff. Yeah, let's get all our plugs back in. And where's that stuff? I think I'm going to use this stuff here. Yeah. I think that's going to be our best defense against this stuff weepy leaky. Okay, let's close things up. They dripped all overnight. So yeah, it's the next day. I was dreading this, but I got the a bead, a very thin bead, just put it on my finger and went all the way around this thing with some ultra gray. And so we are now going to tighten those up, and we're going to see it squish a little bit on the on side here. And this can't be more even. So you're going to see it squish a little bit out of there. Now you don't want to put so much that it squishes on the inside. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way up. I'm just kind of doing this for demonstrating purposes. Okay. And that's about it right there. Okay. Squish, squish. I was taking a bath. Okay, so let's get this shield on there. And I think I found a little bit right here for the rubber stop that's supposed to go up there, but I'm not going to mess with that thing till it's done. So I think what I'll do is I'll just take my finger and just go around and just make sure everything is as it should be. And yep, looking good, looking good. And then start up there. All right. All right, and look at that, it almost kind of matches. It ain't beautiful by any wild stretch, but it's better than nothing. I gotta put some in there too. Because believe it or not, it does leak out of that little threaded thing there, so ugh. Not a sponsor, and this is what I'm gonna put in it though. It calls for 80/90 in this axle, and this is the way to do it. So I'm gonna need both hands. So I just wanted to kind of show it going back in. So I'll see it too. Alrighty, she's tippy-topped and runneth over. So let's let that drip a little bit. I'm not one of those people that try to get too much in there because it just comes out the bearing. So just kind of let that stabilize. Oh boy, happy day. Sealed and wiped off and ready to go. So let's go seal up the gearbox and overdrive. So the main drain for the gearbox is installed, the two plugs on the side with a little bit of yellow tape, just a touch and a little touch of the seal and the copper washers. But this is the thing here. This is the screen. It's got the lock washer, a flat washer, and then you got to remember to put this little tube on there. And well, trust me, there it is. There's the spacer tube right there. You'll see it fall back into place. See? And then you very carefully, okay, go back up into here. Now, I did put a little speck of blue Loctite on it, so just a little tiny bit. Now you see the oil leaking out of there, over there, you know where that's coming from? That's coming from the stud right here. So that tells you something, doesn't it? You gotta put some sealant there. And I think I remember telling everybody that was an 8mm. So we're gonna put the big plug on here and all that other stuff, tighten all this up. Now, do y'all know where the filler plug is on this gearbox? 1 in maybe 50 of you might know, or 100. It's inside the car. So it's always been a pain. It's, MGs are like that too, MGBs at least, that I know of, and MGAs are like that. And this is like that. And thank God this is a 106. It's a simple man, it's a simple car. And it's easy to get to it and fill it. And I think it takes around 6 liters, but you better check. Ooh, that boot is torn. That is such a weird, horrible thing where the clutch is. It just barely works there. So that's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, that's torn. So, okay, well, it's always something. That was new not long ago. Rubber parts just don't last any time anymore. So let's get this covered up, sealed up, and then we'll get to work on this. Still got to kind of think of a way to get that solenoid to go. Now, this right here is your battery cable. And this battery cable, like on an MGB, the battery's back here. It's in the boot, back above, around the back right wheel. And this is a cable, a battery cable, goes all the way from here to there. And there is, I found the history of where this went very bad one time. Apparently it had some big dead short here. And so I got to be very careful. But when it comes time to energize, I might pull it from here. When it comes time to energize the solenoid, oh, got me right in the hand. I'll be danged. What are the odds of that, huh? I'm probably going to pull it out of there. I don't know. I gotta drop it down and do the battery anyway. But I'm learning a lot about why this leaks like it does. See if I can find me some fiber washers or something, whatever good that would do. I think it would do some good. So we're gonna have to get to this thing here. Now, this is where I was talking about in the book, this arm right here. And when you've got that thing right there, that cam is hitting the oil pump release and lets all the pressure go that engages the cone clutches and the planetary gears and sun gears and all that. So let me finish all this up. I found these 2 little paper washers back in my carburetor stash, and I'm going to put them right here. Okay, and I don't think it needs any sealant on them. I don't know if I got that in frame, but you can tell I got it right there. So that'll be just nice and helpful. And I found a 3/16 screw right here, and you want it to pass through. Hard to do this. I saw Rain Man put them springs in, man. Whew. I'm right there with him. I've been there. So look at that. Those don't look tight, do they? But anyway, what you want to do here is, here it is. You just get a 3/16 shank screw. You put it in the arm and you keep pressure on it, and then you'll feel it go down in the hole. Now you're going to leave that there. Okay, we're not done, but you just leave that there. And that's your adjustment for getting max pressure on this. I hope you don't see another drop right there in a while. So let's continue working over here. I think this has sat long enough for me to tighten it up. And let's see what I got to do here. So when I put that shield, I got to put the solenoid on it next. Now let's talk about this solenoid. It comes with a little gasket too, and if I were you, I wouldn't put anything on that shaft. I wouldn't put a thing on it because you're just going to ask for dirt and trouble. So I don't know if the other one was a Lucas one. I don't know what it was. But go to the trouble to get the original parts. And I might try to get that one to actuate just to kind of see what it's like. So I got to get the studs up in there, and there. And I'm going to put that little rubber bit right there. But not until I get this tightened in. Can't put the shield on until you get this on because you might have to get a wrench up in there. So Das Boot is up in there. Well, I don't know if you can see that in there at all, but it's in there. Everything's ready. And I got this little 5/16. This is a 5/16 shaft here. And I'm going to slip that on there just to kind of pray that it seals. And then you got to get this thing. I wish I had a fiber washer there, but I don't think it's going to move enough to be a problem. And then you slip that on there. Okay. And then I didn't put the bolt in there, so I need to do that. So let me put the bolt in. Okay, so you can see I've got the bar back on, and I'm not taking the solenoid off, and then you can hook this in there. And then there's no solenoid up there, right? Okay, and the little gasket's there. And now we're hooked in. We're hooked in to the plunger. And I've got a little green, you can see it back there, maybe a little green O-ring back there. That'll do me two things. That will work as a seal, and it'll give me a little bit of infloat there too. So I've got my solenoid ready. I've got an extra long wire soldered to it, and now we're going to set this up in there. And this is the best way I have found to do this. Boy, this is a two-handed job for sure, isn't it? Okay. Okay, now the solenoid is gone into the piston. Everything's looking good. And then there you go. You saw it kind of set into place. Okay. Now, the trick now is going to be getting that stuff on there. So, where did I put that thing? There it is. Putting a little Loctite in there really helped. So we're going to leave it like that. Well, I'll probably put it too far. And get these little tiny nuts on there that are 9/32. They're little tiny little devils. Right there. So we got our arm on. We've got the wire dangling down, making me mad. And we're about ready to set this thing up. Okay, let's get that solenoid down and bolt it into place. Well, I'm surprised I was able to do that with one hand. And yes sir, let's get that going. Okay, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've got this little 9/32 ignition wrench. This side's easier because it was stripped out, but this side is not stripped out, so you have to kind of go at it like this and get up in there and just tighten it. Try to get the mojo going, and you might have to flip it like that, and then that's going to take a long time. But I got it as tight as I could with a screwdriver. But boy, ain't that pretty. You know, I didn't think about it, but it might not have been a bad idea to make sure this solenoid works. Oh, just lost my light, but I have changed the battery type in that thing. All right, well, that's why she was dimming on me earlier. Okay, let me get that tightened and change this battery because I have those new EBL batteries. This is the one, the solenoid that came on it, and it has no markings. I've sort of kind of peeked around, there's nothing there. So this was some kind of aftermarket piece of mess. I'm going to pull this boot off. I got nothing to lose. Let's just cut that off and just see how it's marked. Just kind of for fun. So it's not marked nothing. So Lucas is proud of their stuff, and it just, I don't know, Just don't feel right. I don't like it. So let's, now, y'all without seeing, so here's the main cable I was telling you about. This is hot. I've already put the battery thing, and I've put a little tap right here. And then I don't live in the kind of environment where that's going to matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to energize that thing right there. I took that pin out of there for now. Okay, now let's just, we ought to hear it click. I'll see if I can do that. Trying. Okay. Ooh. I can't do it. It's just long enough not to do it. Okay, I got her. Now let's just, I guess I need the tripod for that. I'm going to put my mouth on that. Let's see if I can get this. Now all we're looking for is a little contact and a little pop right there. That thing ought to go up. Can you see it at all? Okay, well, here we go. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. There it goes, pop. Okay, so there you go. So that's working fine. So might pull that out just a little bit because I don't think I got enough throw on it, enough infloat. So let me get all this set up and we'll do her again. Now you just leave it in. Let's put this bolt in there, up over here in this keyway, and energize it and then clamp it shut. I think that's a 7/16 on the clamp on my head. I've had to take this completely apart because the thing is sticky. I mean, that might have something to do with our problem. But I've taken the solenoid out, everything's out again, and what I think it is that this, let me make sure that don't come out. I think that this is malaligned, bent or something, because I think that this is pulling the piston too hard toward itself. So we are going to we're going to have to do a little bit of something there. Just have to bend that thing back a little bit because it is entirely too tight, and it doesn't look like it's been riding very well either. So yeah, you engage the solenoid and it doesn't come back down without getting pliers and pulling on it, and that ain't right. So it needs to be a lot freer than that, and you can tell it's pretty free here. See, it moves rather freely. There's spring loaded in there, and you can't be going around with your overdrive engaged. You put it in reverse and you will destroy it. So this is I have to do something here. I don't know what. Hey, I don't think I'm going to do that, but just had an idea. Might check the other piston that came out of the old one, but I imagine the metal in that's not very good. So let me just see if I can fix this. Okay, so I kind of adjusted that a little bit, and it looks like it's moving a lot freer. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have the solenoid tightened down yet. I'm getting to be no pro at this. I can at least move it with my hands now. I couldn't do that before. So I think that's pretty good. So let's check it one last time. Ready? Yeah, I saw it kind of come back down again. See, she's coming down. It's, it was stuck before. So, my goodness. It's not so hard to do out of the car, actually. So let's try her again. Yeah, you can see her. Okay. It says do this a couple of times. So the thing to do now is to just tie them together. And the thing to do is to just tie them together. It doesn't hurt it because, you leave your car in overdrive for a while. And then you get your your screw, and you check it right here again, and it's just fine. Check it right there again. I don't know if I got that in frame right. Right in my mouth. Yeah. So I take that off, it shouldn't move any. Okay, she's disconnected now. And then now she'll move. All right, that's it for under the car. Let's go do a test drive. Now, that might be a couple of days, but I'm gonna do this start to finish. So I gotta disconnect the battery and pull this out. One more time. Bink. All right, let's disconnect that and pull that out of there before we end up a dead short somehow. Okay, I got a little bit of wiring to do, and otherwise, and bing and a bang and a boom, and all that stuff. So just go through here and tighten everything. Grease up what you can while you're under here, and just take your 1/2 inch wrench or 7/16 wrench and go around and just check everything. Okay, up we go. I gotta put this shield on. Let me get this wired here. So this means I gotta drag my soldering iron over. Okay, that's it for under the car. Man, is that it for under the car. Let's go out here and appreciate the fresh air a little bit. Okay. Okay, so here we go. You got to get a big cloth here, because you don't want to spill this on your stuff on the inside of your car. So you go into the right side, and like I say, always shove your lens against sharp metal objects. All right. So right under here, you will find there's a snap. Snap. And there she is. And there you are. Okay, and right underneath here, I've already got my funnel made up. Okay, and then right there is that. And then it don't matter where it goes. And you can actually see the little plug right there. Now, I hope that'll come out easy. Don't count on it. I don't need to know wonder what the level is, because there's nothing in it. Now, it's a pretty fair size hole, and so you get yourself a funnel like this, and you always keep this vinyl tubing available. And then let me just do this thing so I don't knock anything in there. You can blow it off if you want to. So that's going to be just fine. See, now you got yourself a nice, I think I probably could have just done it with just the funnel there. But this is a little bit more convenient, and I've already done it, so let's stick with that. So what I do, need to clean the windscreen before I go on a test drive. So that's one of my habits from water skiing. Over here, underneath all this woodworking stuff, is my 20W50 and my 5-gallon bucket, and I just pump it out. And I got 10W and 5W. And over here, I keep this. Now, let me make sure and warn you before I forget. Keep this in a clean place, okay? Because this holds oil, and this holds a quart. So I'm going to put two quarts in there, and I'm going to check it. So when you go on your test drive, and I might mention this a couple of times, but when you engage that overdrive, a lot of oil is going to go back in that system. So you want to make sure you fill this to the very tip top of the high mark on the stick. Because when you get home, don't go far, don't engage it long, and come right on back and let it sit here get level. And you're probably going to need like a whole nother pint, I bet you. All right, well, let's pump this out of here and start pouring. Okay, so here we go. I've got my Earl in there. So another YouTube spectacular. Oh, might need my knee right there. And just do this real slow. And I'm going to put 2 quarts in it. And then I'm going to let some time pass. Okay, I put about 2.5 quarts in it, and that's about 5 pints more or less. It's a little bit more than that probably. And we are right at the high mark. It's very hard to see. You won't see it on CamBot, but it is right at the high mark. So that won't be true soon, but that's okay. So just put that back there because you're gonna go right back in, and then put this in a nice clean place. You see, nice and clean, huh? All right. And what's that? Oh, it's just tape stuck to the towel. Let's make sure that's down there good. Okay. All right, let's test driver, and we'll see how low we go on the oil level. I mean, hopefully it works. I don't know. It has been several days, but today is the day we go for a little test drive. It's about 60. She don't like it cold, but we're going to take her out and engage this overdrive. I double checked over there. She's at the very top mark. So let's get her started. I of course have plugged in my OBD2 Maxi. No, I didn't do that. I was just kidding. I just put that there as kind of a joke. Ha ha ha. And I have looked all over this solenoid for any marking from any country, anywhere, and there's nothing there. So once again, not exactly junk, but I think that might have been some of the problem. She is a bear to get started. It's even at 60 degrees. So let's get her going and hit the road, and don't go far, and come back and we'll check the level. We're gonna wrap this thing up, and I had not any idea how much film I had, so I'm gonna probably make this a 2-parter, but you know, we'll find that out soon enough. Okay, let's get her going. I got my dye ready to put in because I know I got to put in some stuff. Let's go ahead and put some dye in it. Might as well. Oh, there's my hair thing. Okay, good. Okay, it wasn't too bad. Let's see if I can get that light to go out. Yeah, she's there it goes. She's gonna have to get warm. She's just gonna buck like that all the way up down the road, and I don't want to do that in overdrive. So this is gonna have to be up here before I go anywhere. All right, here we go. I tested the click on this. It did make the click noise. We're just about warmed up. I just kind of wanted to just get her out. Let her warm up at least 160. Okay, let's find out. That was a little quicker than normal. Well, somebody's behind me. So, okay, well, it's working. So let's see where the oil level is now. Okay, let's find out. And then that's going to be it. I bet it's going to be very low, but it engaged better. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it's at the very bottom of the low mark. It's about 1 or 2 millimeters up. See, there's nothing on the stick at all. So this is the way you burn up your gearbox if you're not careful after you refill it. Okay, see that little tiny drop at the end of that? That's all there is. So she's probably, I don't take a couple more pints and then we'll get her up. But that's gonna be it. It's working. It's fine. I'm amazed and I'm very happy. And I'm amazed that you watched all of this. I sure appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And if you've got any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. Questions, comments, love me, hate me, whatever. Just subscribe. Okay, let me get that stuff in here. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye. That was a big, long one, wasn't it?